No, the World Baseball Classic came to a thrilling end last night.
It did.
I have to say, I think we talked about this a little bit on In the Hole. I really enjoyed it, and it really got me like I'm ready for the baseball season to start. It was
Yeah.
better than watching the bullshit spring training games and
Fake baseball.
watching guys work on a changeup for an entire game and getting
Yeah.
killed and everyone overreacting, foreshadowing.
I have not watched any spring train. I watched a few innings here and there a few weeks ago, but since the World Baseball Classic started, I don't think I've watched any spring training whatsoever. So it's been a nice way to fill up some dark March evenings
Right.
with
Yeah,
some
no.
serious action.
Yeah, I mean the games are all great and yesterday's was a nail biter.
Yeah.
How it should be. But I did want to bring up, Mark DeRosa, not really a manager by trade, probably trying out to see if anyone's interested in him, maybe being a manager now, a little DeRo manager, World Baseball Classic. But you know, a guy who's classically known for his late inning heroics is Tim Anderson. And
Mm.
the you watched the game, right? So the
Oh yeah.
American, I know you watched the game. I turned it on late and thought something had happened to.
Oh,
Um,
that's right.
yeah, I was like, oh no, he hit a home run. Oh, that's what you meant. But
Trey Turner. I was
yeah, Trey
lamenting the
Turner
fact that the Cubs had not signed Trey Turner,
or Schwarbeast,
or they non-tendered Schwarbe's
non-tendered. Yeah.
so
Um,
many years ago.
but after those I think that was the first and like maybe the fourth or fifth when Schwarber hit the home run. After that, the American
Such a beast.
the USA team was pretty flat, and it was
Yeah.
coming up to Tim Anderson's spot in the order to kind of get a rally started. And we bypassed Tim Anderson for now. This is probably going to sound just ludicrous because it's one really good player for another good player,
Yeah.
but for Jeff McNeil. And
The NL batting champ. I
I
mean,
know, I know, but like Tim always comes up huge in key situations.
yeah, and on a huge stage. I mean, he did in Iowa in the cornfield. That's one of his most famous moments, hitting the walk-off against the Yankees last summer.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, you'd think that would at least be in DeRosa's mind, but that's interesting because I didn't even notice that had happened. I know you're keen to that, obviously, because you're the Sox fan and the TA fan. So I didn't even notice that. But I'm wondering, did you hear any explanation for that, or was it even a story
No, it's not a
outside of the
story.
South
It's
side?
not
But
a story probably outside of White Sox Twitter.
yeah, oh yeah, I can imagine.
Everyone was losing their mind, and I didn't completely lose my mind because I'm almost saying it in jest in a way because you're replacing. It's not like he's pinch hitting them with Luray Garcia
Right,
or
right. There,
Louis, but like but Tim's faster too. So you
yeah,
want speed on the base pass at that point to get that run across. So I don't know. It just was. It's a little interesting, but not super controversial. Just worth bringing up since this is a White Sox podcast.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be one thing, like you said, if they brought in a inferior player, but it's hard to question the logic of bringing in the NL batting champ instead. But I was wondering if it had come up in a press conference. How did you make that change or whatever? It wasn't a game changing move by any means, but
No, because McNeil ended up walking. It wasn't like he didn't get on or
yeah.
anything. But Timmy probably would have hit a home run to tie the game.
Could have, didn't have that chance.
No, and then you had we'll switch. I feel we have to talk about this, even though it's not White Sox related, but how embarrassing it must have been for Mike Trout to not be able to hit a ball down the middle of the plate thrown by his teammate. Like you can tell Trout is older now because I guarantee 2 years ago or 3 years ago that ball is like 500 feet.
Is he older or is Otani just that fucking good that
Maybe
he can
he's
actually
that
blow?
good. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna say Otani's not that good, but like
I
maybe he's lost a little bit of bat speed or something though, because 100-mile-an-hour pitch uh, down the middle of the plate to Mike Trout seems
well,
like a death sentence.
the third strike was a slider. Just it may have been a strike anyway, but it was definitely to the outside and it was
Yeah, yeah,
diving.
no, no, that one, yeah.
But the stat I heard was Mike Trout has had a strikeout on 3 swings 24 times in his entire career, which I didn't look up how many at bats he's had in his career, but it's in the thousands, of course. So many thousands. So to have 24 of those on his resume and to have that happen to him at that moment to end the World Baseball Classic is pretty remarkable. And my God, the bragging rights that Shohei Ohtani has in that locker room, the Angels locker room going forward is insurmountable. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year with probably
uh,
some good trash talking.
it's a fun year if they're on any other team other than the Angels, who are always in the toilet. I saw a social media post last night right after that where it showed like a trailer park home with a like a double wide driveway with 2 Bugattis parked in the front yard, like on the
Yeah.
driveway. And it's like that is the Angels essentially. They have like the nicest stuff, and they're just on the worst team that just always underachieves inexplicably. But
Yeah, it's kind of like a fantasy team gone bad. Like you get through
yeah,
the first 2 rounds and you end up with Otani and Trout on your team,
yeah,
but
and
then
then
you lose. You like
everything
end up
else
in
goes
last.
wrong.
You end
Yeah,
in last. Like that's essentially the Angels
yeah.
for the
I mean,
last what, 4 years, 5 years?
yeah,
I mean,
more. I mean, since
since
20
Trout's been
years.
there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word Hole Media.